Hey, what's up guys? So today we're working on a 2008 Subaru WRX and we're going to be swapping the steering rack and pinion because it's leaking a lot of power steering fluid, and it's also going to need a power steering belt, but because it's really loose. But yeah, first you're going to want to take this cover off. This is just a couple of bolts, 14mm bolts. One thing about this, the two bolts in the front right here, you're gonna have to hold the top 14 with a wrench, and then with the bottom you're gonna have to take it off with a ratchet wrench or a gun, whatever you have. This is what I meant when I said that it was gonna be we were gonna need a wrench to hold the 14 on top.
bensound.com.
Once you've taken the cover off, you're gonna want to make sure that the steering is straight, and then take the tires off. You wanna a tip I can give you guys is that when you turn the car off, leave the key in. Once you leave the key in, it's easier for you to turn the tires right and left, and they won't lock on you. This 12 and the 12 at the bottom are gonna have to come off. This is where the steering column and the steering rack meet. But before you take those off, you want to make sure that the steering is straight as possible. So double check, and double check, because if you lock it at the wrong spot, you're gonna break the SRS. And to not make sure that the steering wheel does not move, what I like to do is wrap around the seatbelt and click it and make sure that it's tight so the steering wheel doesn't move, because once you take it out the steering rack, that's when it tends to want to spin, and if it spins uncontrollably, it's gonna break the SRS. Once you double check that everything's good, you want to, again, I repeat, double check, because you want everything aligned, you want everything straight. You don't want to break something else while you're trying to fix one thing, because then that's just going to be, a huge nightmare. You're going to have to spend more money, you're going to have to spend more time, and then you're going to get frustrated, and then you're going to get mad, and you're going to want to burn the car. Okay, but whatever. Once everything's good, you want to come over here and you want to take out the tie rod ends, the outer ones from both sides. And what I like to do is, when I take off the nut, I like to use a ratchet first and then the gun, because sometimes with the gun you never know, sometimes you can break it, or it's just better to be safe, because like I said, you don't want to fix something else. And then what I like to do to take them off, I just grab a hammer and hit it, and once I hit it, it'll come right off. And you do the same thing on the other side, same procedures.
bensound.com.
And now that you have everything aligned and you have the seatbelt over the steering wheel, now it's safe to take off I think they're 12mm bolts, and you can pop it up. Sometimes it pops up, it's not as tight. Other times you gotta wait for you to drop the steering rack and pinion for it to pop off. This time it looks like it's pretty rough, so I'm gonna probably wait till I drop it off. So before dropping it off, you want to take off these brackets, because this bracket was holding it on. These are 3 bolts bracket, and then 2 over here. I believe they were 14. Once you take those off, it should come right off, and it should be easier for you to take off the where the steering rack and the steering column connect.
bensound.com.
Alright, now that the brackets are off and you can see that it wiggles, now it's time to take it off. Well, it doesn't want to come off, so I just took off the bolt, and as you can see, now it came off. And see how it doesn't spin? That's because the seatbelt's holding the steering wheel, so that's good. That's what you want. Now that that's off, you want to come to the right side of the vehicle and take off the pressure power steering hose and the return hose as well. And for those, you're going to need a 19, 17, and then for the other one that's to the right, you're going to need a 17 and a 14. You're going to hold with one, and with the other one, you're going to loosen, just like I'm doing right here.
Bensound.com.
That's off. You want to wiggle it, and you want to grab the steering rack and pinion and push it all the way to the right as far as you can, and then bring it over that bracket. And when it says over that, it's out. Once it's out, you want to grab both of the hoses, the return hose and the power steering pressure hose, and you want to put it on the new steering rack and pinion. Once you swap that, you should be good to go, and then everything goes back on just like you took it off. It's just doing everything backwards. Also, all the rubber and the brackets, you're gonna have to use the same ones. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed and found this video interesting. I hope it was helpful, and like, comment, and share if you guys really liked the video.